What's up everyone, welcome to Token Tuesday, and today we'll be talking about Blockcloud. Now this project has quite a bit of hype of late. Apparently it's an IoT decentralized marketplace, right? And we all know that in the future there's going to be everything is all about data, right? Data for your vehicle, data for your home, data for your health, and how we are going to be able to utilize all that data, how we're going to access it, can we monetize it? Probably this is one of those projects that you might consider looking at. Now, of course, this is unpaid, unbiased. We're not invested in this project. We are just giving our 5 cents worth, 10 cents worth, and we just want to cover this because at the moment, I think we need to have all these marketplaces come into this space, and hopefully there will be contributors at the same time, enough user base to make this project a success. Now, at the end of the day, this is non-financial advice, and please do your own research. So let's get into it. So what is the project utility at the end of the day? Okay, it is an incentive-driven marketplace for IoT services. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So if you are, for example, a publisher, okay, you have certain, services that you can provide with relation to this space, or at least for your IoT services, you can put it on or build on the Blockcloud platform. All right. Then from then, whatever aspect of the business, may it be file sharing, internet of vehicles, smart home, smart health, and of course shared computing power. As long as you provide all these services, people can subscribe to your services, or you personally could be a user, could also be a publisher as well, and you can rent out your data and get an incentive for it. This is kind of like how I understand how it will eventually work. Okay, now the more complex stuff. What is the project fundamental? So Blockcloud as a universal overlay uses service-centric networking in conjunction with its native blockchain to empower the Internet of Things. So what I understand at the moment is that all data is stored on a central server. As we know, if there has any occurrence of a hack or whatever, your data is going to be compromised. It can be sold. People can try to send you spam mail or try to hack you or whatever, right? It has even happened to me, right? Especially when I was traveling. You usually pay via credit card, and then after that, the next thing I know, there are malicious transactions happening on my card. Was the portal compromised? I don't know, because at the end of the day, it was a prominent website, and I was thinking that was one of those holidays that I booked, and then the next thing I'm getting transactions that are happening. Thank goodness for notification from my bank, right? And then I started to see all these transactions. I could easily cancel and stop it. But imagine if I didn't have those layers in place. I would have had my transactions gone through, and then after that I have to call the card and cancel, and it will be a whole lot of an issue, right? But nonetheless, I hope that because they are adding blockchain, they're going to be able to validate and secure the data that is being stored on the Blockcloud platform. Then we have, of course, the proof of service for verification of IoT services. This is probably their consensus algorithm, and I'm not sure whether it's going to be a POS or POW. Anyway, that's one aspect, and there will be a compacted, directed, acyclic graph. Sorry, that was a bit of a tongue twister, where we call it codec for short. Structure for fast recording IoT services. So there are 4 layers: transaction chain, service chain, routing chain, and service. Okay. Next, we have the token matrix. So the token matrix is quite straightforward. Incentive for provision of IoT services, and of course payment for those IoT services. The total circulating supply will be 10 billion block. The hard cap will be 2 billion block. The total amount intended to be raised will be $15 million. 3 million will be for the main public sale, and 12 million will be for the private sale. The good thing is that there is a lockup. So 20% will be released. 20% will be released upon before the exchange listing. That's the first release, and then subsequently 10% every 2 months thereafter. This is something that I like, where the project actually doesn't give all the tokens especially those who got in during the private sale, right? It creates also this level of seriousness where the investors who want to participate, they are going to be able to go into your project knowing that there is a lockup period, right? It really pushes out all the speculators who only want to dump only when it hits the exchange. That's something that I've always discouraged, because you're not creating long-term sustainability for your project, right? Everybody just wants to get in and everybody just wants to dump, right? If let's say the project doesn't even build anything, or at least the project maybe does want to build something or develop something, it doesn't reflect well when your token goes below your ICO price. It never does. So I'm glad that they're doing this. It will probably keep the price rather sustained, but in this very bearish market, we're not sure how it will perform. Now, so just a quick overview of the token distribution. You have 5% for the crowd sale, 15% for the private sale. Early contributor incentive will be 10%. The team will be having 10%, the foundation 30%, and the mining reward will be 30%, 5% per year, released at a rate of 5% per year for the next 6 years. Okay, so the roadmap. So Q1 of 2018, it was more of the architecture design, concept, verification of the codec algorithm, concept verification of POS. Okay, so it'll be POS. Concept of verification of doable auction algorithm. Okay, so this one will be probably better clarified by in the white paper or in the team. Then you have Q2 will be the private sale, right? And then you have Q3, which is the public ICO launch. Then you have Q4, which is the exchange listings, where everybody gets excited about, because finally, you get to trade your tokens, and you do whatever you want to do. And then Q1 will be integrating the developments, first commercial application scenario. Okay, that will be very exciting. Networking API and mobile SDK development. So obviously, this is for the developers to come and step in. First batch of application developer partners participation, and further algorithm and code quality optimization. Then we have the testnet, which is Q2 of 2019. So it seems like this is going to be quite a long drawn project, which is good, guys, because I think CG always loves to look at projects that have a little bit of a longer time frame, where they're going to be focusing more on the developments rather than all the hype. So I hope this project is like that. Now we're going to look at the team. So the team, from a glance, right, are definitely really full stack, data scientists, cryptographers. You're looking at the professionals like computer engineers. These are the people, but I don't see any blockchain specialists. So unless probably the credential is not there, but it doesn't. I think it doesn't really matter, because as blockchains advance, they are going to be able to allow all these specialists or experts or professionals to code with existing languages. You see, guys, you don't have to have solidity. Eventually there will be blockchains that will be so user friendly that all these professionals can just easily come on board and start building stuff on the blockchain. So right now you just can look through the profiles yourself. I won't go through each and every one of them, but of course the notable ones are the CEO, Ming Zhongxing. You have the chairman, which is Shu Yang, and co-founder is Dai Pan. Right? Yeah, so all these folks here right now, they are probably the main members on the team. And yeah, looking forward to probably hearing from them, making sure that this project will be a success. Then we have the notable investors. Now, this is the part where, honestly speaking, when you look at the team members, sometimes it's a bit hard to tell whether their credentials are what they say they are. But then you have the notable investors, where you have the Byzantine partners. So Byzantine partners are having offices in San Francisco, Seoul, and Singapore. You have Signum Capital, MW Partners, KuCoin, Block VC, Node Capital, Genesis Capital, ICO Drops, and NGC, which is Neo Global Capital. Okay, so pretty pretty much a powerhouse group of VCs. Now take note, VCs are venture capitalists where they come in at the early stage or angel round. They provide funding or their network in various ways. So it's not necessarily that they have to put in a lot of money, but they're going to probably help the project along in terms of in the space for either marketing or connections, or even just incubating the project until they are ready to produce a product. Right? So yeah, what are your thoughts on Blockcloud? Do you find that it's something exciting, especially being that it's in the IoT services? How far do you think that IoT services or marketplaces will be really utilized by the public, or do you think it's just all hype, right? Feel free to comment below. Don't forget to like or share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the notification button, and we'll see you on the next Token Tuesday.